You went from having a career job of using your legs to now your entire in one night, your entire life changes. How do you transition from that, from something so tragic like that to, that spiritual that moment where you're like, you know what, I need to look for God now.
For a good time, I was mad. I don't know if I was necessarily mad at God, but I was just mad, asking God, like, God, why me? Like, I consider myself a good person, right? So why me? And I think I was troubled for a good time. And I went back into drinking. I made myself believe like that I needed Mary Jane again, marijuana to cope with the pain. But the thing about marijuana was that it doesn't necessarily take away the nerve pain. It kind of eases it, but it's still there. So I went back down that rabbit hole to my brother Jesus, my brother Jesus. His name is Jesus, bro. He's my cousin, and he planted a seed. He planted a seed that I still to this day don't really understand how it started to sprout. The realization of I tried it my way, look at where it got me. I gotta try it God's way. Initially, it started with me forming a relationship with Him. It wasn't, oh, I gotta go to church, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, none of that. I want a relationship with God.
Man.
It blossomed, bro. It blossomed in ways that, bro, I still cannot fathom how God has been moving in my life. Unfortunately, it took for all that to happen in order for me to get there. But honestly, it was necessary. If I could go back and change it, I wouldn't. And
Wow.
that's crazy to say.
That's wild, bro.
Because of getting shot, that's how I stopped smoking. That's how I finally left the partying. Something still slipped back in,
Hmm.
but I feel like had that not happened, bro, I would have went down a worse path. Maybe God allowed for me to stay alive because He understood that I still had purpose.